previously, we paused in the middle of a conflict with some unhappy people, Knights of Genetic Purity, they were. I'm going to do a little artsy overview. Imagine, if you will, a bird flying down the river, some strange mutated thing with 4 wings with them too, flying over this little corner where the river bends round, and there's a square where some strange human and probably human people have set up. The bird, looking down, can see a strange rock-like figure standing almost in the middle of this square, and just next to them, a lady with green flowing hair. Just ahead of them, as the land rises up on a bank, slash a staircase, there are some unfriendly people, one of whom is carrying a big flamethrower sort of a thing. And then 2 others who have been throwing things around, which are not entirely nice things. All their other friends are either unconscious or have run away. But I failed to think about this at all last session, so this is slightly retconning. Looking around the area, you would also notice a boat slowly drifting out into the stream with pirates and weird crustacean creatures on it, beating a retreat. Laker, who is crouching in the gunnels of a small boat, slightly over to the towards the north of Okma and Geiger, and at the other end of that boat, crouched at the far end, are some ragged, clothed mutants of some sort, keeping their heads down and out of trouble. The bird might also see the Gren, who was selling tequila and did a deal with Okma previously, has not run away and is glaring from the deck of her new keelboat, which she is definitely not going to abandon.
Right.
And the bird might then fly off down the stream and be eaten by some strange claw thing coming out of the water. It's the post-apocalypse, that's something happens all the time. So that's kind of where we are. Any questions about it?
Can I review my understanding of the geographic features of this little area?
You certainly can.
That up on a slight hill with steps going to it, and where a whole bunch of violence has happened, is a domed structure made of old iron.
Yeah.
And then there's also a petrified tree, more or less, in the middle of all of this. And
the petrified tree is down on the sort of the square area where you are, not on the hill, but yes.
And then down to get closer to the shore in some direction, I think eastish, there is a partly built statue of a rat made of rubbish of some kind.
It's a rabbit rather than a rat, but yes, rubbish.
Okay. And then
it's a metal and wood.
Right, and then there was at least one other strange thing too, but maybe that's enough strange things. Maybe I don't.
I didn't know it was all the strange things.
Okay.
Then there were various boats and falls and things and people, most of whom, as I said, have kind of tried to beat a hasty retreat from all the violence happening around it.
Right.
Ross, did you say last time there was a couple of stands that were coming up at the feet of those stairs? Or did I get that wrong?
A couple of what at the feet, sorry?
Stalls. Market stalls.
Most of the stalls are
wrong,
most of the stalls are away from the stairs on my map.
Okay.
We're sort of around the tree.
The closest.
Okay. Thank you.
The closest thing that's a stall to the steps is actually the boat that you're currently hiding in. So.
Okay.
Any other questions? I'm happy to go with, but otherwise we might leap back into the action with with the turn of the guy with the big flamethrower thing.
Oh, good.
How many are left of our opponents?
There are three. There is the guy with the flamethrower and the two with slingshots.
I'm talking to the slingshot people at the moment.
Yes, you were talking to the woman, and it's her go in a moment, and she might respond in some way. We'll see. I didn't just ignore what you said to her, but anyway. And there was another one, but there are two who are completely unconscious, happened for a while. One who doesn't have a head left, who is
Right.
therefore
Got punched.
more than unconscious, and one of them ran away. You could potentially chase after him if you wanted to, but he's trying to conspire for distance.
Maybe all the single
Um,
characters who run away from our combats will make a club somewhere.
We can wait.
Right.
So, right.
And they will eventually come back for us.
Who knows?
That's fine.
He ran away on the basis that you did the character staying right next to him had their head removed with a single punch. I don't think it was an unreasonable choice. Sorry. Right. So the guy at the top of the stairs is going to take his turn now. He is going to take a few steps down the stairs. So he is about 3 squares away from Oxford and Geiger at this point. And he kind of pumps a handle on the tank of his big flamethrower thing and decides he is going to cover you in fire, both of you. It's a blast attack.
I'm already on fire.
Aerial attack. Well,
Actually, you are,
We'll see how it
unless I
goes.
don't recall you saving against it.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
I have it down.
Right.
He's on fire, taking 2 fire damage per turn. Save ends that. But Laker did manage to save against being covered in horrible soup
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
So. Okay, well. So that is. A 12 versus Fortitude against Okma, and a 10 versus Fortitude against Geiger.
I have my fortitude is bigger than that.
Okay.
So is mine. I shrug
Okay. So this was his encounter fire. So you take, having resisted, you take half damage. So.
Aha.
Oh,
And half damage is
Half damage is going to require me finding the right dice. 8 plus 3 is 11. We'll go down, so that is 5 fire damage.
ouch. All right.
And
We
then
just got flamed.
he's done that. Yeah, so he is going to.
I'm going to say.
He's going to snarl at you and say you had no business talking to my wife like that. And then that's the end of his turn.
Oh, yeah, right. You're a mutant trying to take away their woman.
Does it count if I want the woman
That's
to go
an
away?
interpretation.
All
Ask
right.
him.
So,
Whose turn is it now?
speaking of the wife, it is her turn next. So, she is still up on the bank, and she is going to run over to the small snot-nosed child with the slingshot and try and pull him away. And she says, she is shouting down to the man, saying, what's she saying? She's saying, "We're out. Look what they did. This is, I told you this was a stupid idea. We need to get out of here."
Okay, well that's good.
She's potentially been listening to what you said. Speaking of which, I said previously that was going to feed into a potential skill challenge.
Yes.
By default, skill challenges are best of 4 for a nice simple one, which this is. You had 1 success from talking to her. I'm going to give you another success from the previous action, which was the what do I know about these sort of people, that like their security, that sort of thing. It seems like it feeds into
Okay.
succeeding at
I see.
the challenge.
Right, the conspiracy check. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, and I use my big
So that gives
brain.
you-
I use my big mutant brain for that too.
Cool.
So,
Ooh.
so is it my turn?
No, I just I feel you want to wear it up because you're not the only person who can contribute to the skill challenge should you desire to do so. It is Geiger's turn.
Can I not contribute to the skill challenge, having seen the woman trying to talk some sense into the man? Otherwise, I'm just going to squash him.
So you saw that, but you have it entirely up to you what you'd like to do. So if you want to squash him, he's about a square away from you now, having come closer in order to flamethrow you.
Well, I think I'm better than that, and I would like to try and. Oh, gee. What a bad. Oh, no, not so bad idea. I want to try to intimidate him and make him understand by saying basically, you should listen to your wife's word. Usually, it's the woman, the ones who have the brains.
Okay, that sounds like it could be an interaction role. There is, in terms of skill challenges, I don't know if it applies here, but just as a thing that might be useful to think about in the future, you do have the option of, for example, expending an appropriate encounter power of alpha power or omega tech power in order to get an automatic success, potentially. So you can say, if you had, say, I don't know, a big scary force pike and wanted to slam it into the ground and make
We'll get there.
vibrations go everywhere. As an example, just because I was thinking about it, if you want to do that and use up as a camper and not do damage with it, but be excited with it, you could potentially get an extra success doing that. But
I do have the encounter power.
I wasn't making any suggestions either way as to what people should do. I was merely saying that's an option that can get you successes in skill check. But if you want to carry on with the appeal to his sense that he should listen to his wife, which doesn't seem like bad advice, we can also do that, which would be a interaction check, I believe. So there isn't an intimidate skill as far as I'm aware. Although feel free to tell me on other skills if you would prefer.
I am fairly good at interaction, so I'll try that. And I roll a. Let's see if today is one of those days or a slightly better day. 16.
Ooh.
16. That's a good roll. That is definitely going to get you another success on the way of getting these people to calm down and chill out and maybe go away. So he is. You can all. He stopped, not doing anything because it's not his turn. But you can almost see the cogs going in his head as he starts to actually think about this rather than set things on fire. And he would step back if he was able to step back, but he hasn't. Right. Okay. That takes us to the end of the initiative order. And we can go back to the start to see what's going to happen next with Leica, who is currently hiding in a boat. Which gives you partial cover.
Geiger do a save to stop being on
Oh,
fire?
yes. Sorry.
Ooh, I forgot to do mine.
Good point. Well remembered. Thank you.
I do not save. Well,
I could just see me leaning back a little and sort of leaning over to Geiger. You're on fire.
What?
I feel like the on fire lady probably contributed to the making him stop and listen and pay attention there. So,
Yeah, my attention is slightly elsewhere. So.